Yeah, Scotty's thing is pretty wild. Also, hello. Asamia, Vault, and Count, thank you for being here so early, before the stream even started. And then Kazi came in, and Mark, and Creativity back again. Panda, Scotty, Rob. It is magic. Rob, it's magic. Check this out. Alright, see that? Brian, hello. It's magic. Yeah, I got tricks too, Scotty. That's right. That's right. I can show you some stuff at some point. I'll give you a little lesson. All right. I'd say one forever. That sounds about right. Sounds about right. So a couple things. I didn't upload anything on YouTube on Saturday. I didn't upload on anything on YouTube today. But I probably will tomorrow. I'll have to do it tomorrow. I was gonna do something, and then I got some more ideas. And then I was gonna do something again, but then I got some more ideas. There's an improv that I went back to that I wanted to upload. And the more I listened to it, the more I sort of, did way too much overthinking. That always happens. But then what I thought was perhaps we could listen to some stuff today. I'd like to get some feedback on a few different things. I won't do it right this second. Maybe we'll wait for some more people to shuffle in. But, man, I listened to this thing. Thanks, Narissa. This was from, I went back to one, I marked down during the stream when something's like, that could be used later, potentially. And I went back to something from July, actually. And it is pretty intense. For one, it went on for a long time. It went on for 1 hour and 40 minutes. But it's in 3 relatively clear sections. It's almost like a few movements to I don't know, it's part of I don't know, keyboard sonata, you could maybe call it. The first one being 27 minutes. I did it, and the video was like, wow, that was pretty intense. And I watched myself, and I stopped, and I was like, in the video, I was like, and then I just kept playing more, and I was like, oh my god, dude. But I just kept getting more and more ideas of what it could sort of be like. One of the things I overthink are titles and thumbnails for a couple different reasons. I think they are more important than they're certainly important for, like, you know, getting views, right, on YouTube. The thumbnail and title is like half of what'll make a video popular. But even without that, like, let's say I didn't want to show this to anyone. Legion, thank you for the 20-month resub. What is up? Also, hello, Tanya. How are you doing? Thank you, Legion. I appreciate the support. Even if this wasn't going on YouTube and I just wanted to package it, it was like, I like sort of thinking about this stuff, and I like to feel like things are right. And I've realized I've been struggling to find art that fits the images that I have in my head. I'll go into it a little bit more later. I'll play some guitar stuff for now, but Jesus. So I have like a couple titles in my head and a few different pictures that can be used as thumbnails, but we'll see a little later. And then if you guys have any, I'm wondering if it's not just to choose between what I have. I'm curious if people have other ideas. Okay, I'm gonna start out with this new Fantasia because it's relatively slow and it'll sort of bring things up to speed. Draw people in bikinis for each of the thumbnails. This piece is like, it's obviously a joke, but this piece is like the opposite of bikinis. It's insanely heavy. It's pretty intense. I spent hours listening to it yesterday, not knowing how long it was going to go on for, and I was listening and just searching for photos, and man, I was looking for some really intense images. Really intense. My search history is strange at the moment. Okay, this Fantasia, potentially Italian Renaissance for sure. There's lots of imitations, so the main thing you're going to get as the main motive, it looks like, is this. That's like the main thing. From weekend trip, you have to go grocery shopping. Gotcha. And Cassie, thank you for the 200 bits. And so what you'll see here is another voice comes in right after and goes. So you're gonna hear that. Hello, Pajama. And Panda, thank you for the 200 bits, which has started a hype train. Here's not very hype, but quite intense piece to start things out. Very slowly. I think I really like it extra slow. Whoops, I was not looking. Vol, thank you for gifting out 5 subs. Panda, thank you for 300 more bits. I kind of want to do this again. Let me look at there was just some like weird mistakes. I don't know. Kazi, thank you for 100 more bits. That's what I did. I just missed the string. And this was supposed to be. This is like wrong. 1 second. Sometimes what'll happen, Kazi, thank you for gifting a sub to Asamiya. Sometimes what'll happen when there's editorial mistakes is you can't always be sure of what the mistake is, and you have to sort of use context to find out what it's supposed to be. So perhaps there's a finger number that can't be. Maybe it says like use your second finger to play this open E. It's literally impossible. There's nowhere on it has to be like this. And so you can go, oh, the note might be wrong and the fingering is right and they wanted an F sharp. Or that 2 isn't supposed to be there at all and it's just supposed to be open. Maybe the 2 is supposed to be somewhere else and it's not there. In this situation, this is saying this D sharp and there's a slur to an open E. That's impossible. You either go like this to an open B and move it up to an E on the second string, but it says 0 next to here, so it's open. So either that tie is not supposed to be there, but I said tie even though it's not a tie. I'm wondering if it was supposed to be, but I don't think so. I don't think so either, because that would be... It'd be a lot of E's in a row. It makes sense for it to be a... Panda, thank you for gifting 2 subs. Also, oh my god, Joey. What's up, dude? I was dying in Mango stream yesterday, and I was like, I wanted to clip some of it, but because he was playing copyrighted music, he didn't allow clips and he's not saving the VOD. I'll say this to people, guys, so Mango is like one of the biggest Melee streamers, and arguably, well, he just got ranked as the best Melee streamer of all time, best Melee player of all time. Arguably, if he's not #1 in the world, he's #2. He's playing the other person who, if is not #1, is #2. The two of them are just leagues above everyone else. And he's playing and not having a good day. And oh my god, the backseat gaming was obnoxious. And he started getting like super pissed. And also started playing super well right as he was doing it. There was so much hate in his heart. I loved it. He started just like going off. And one of the things I thought, Joey, it was insane. And every time he did something sick, he was like, "See you ugly fucks." This is something you'll never do in your life. This is why you're hanging out in my chat, because you don't do anything. You guys don't know what it's like to win. And he was just every time, and you'd see him do something sick again, and it was just like something really smart. And it was just every time he would throw out some comment, just like, I know, Bub, I had to do it, because it was just so, it's just, and I was like, damn, I wish I could do that. Well, people kept saying, I'm surprised it's not in sub-only mode right now. Man, there are some, I'm not the best Melee player in the world by a long shot. But there was some stuff that was just like, one person in particular is like, I'm really surprised he's not using up smash more. And it was just like, okay, that's your, like, that's your thing? That's your, like, that's like your contribution? And it's like, for those who haven't, like, played the game, it's like, it's not really gonna make much sense, but it's like, okay. It reminds me of, like, not to mention he was doing, this is when he was playing Fox, and I saw the person do that, and within a minute, there were like 3 up smashes or something. He at least tried. Also, Scotty, that's a good idea. And hello, Coffee. What's up, dude? And I was just like, dude, this happens everywhere. It happens it's Twitch chat is so ridiculous. But it's not just Twitch chat, it's YouTube comments, it's people on Twitter, and it's just like, oh my god. You know what? And Waffles was in there, and he was saying something. The thing he gets the most are people going, why don't you play like Mango? And it's like, why don't you do what Mango does? It's like, yo, people are so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. But I was like, dude, I wish I could just go off on people. Like, sometimes I kind of do, but people don't seem to like it around here. Because the community's a little different, and like, Mango's Mango. And yeah, I want your opinion. No thanks. No thanks. Terrible players are incapable of accepting they're terrible at the game and can't understand what's happening. That's true. Oh, wait, because that reminds me. That reminds me of the other thing I wanted to say. Also, thank you guys for the contributions to the sub train. I do appreciate it. I appreciate the support. Speaking of people being ridiculous and stuff, thank you for the support. Joey, that's a really good point. So what I was thinking is I had this conversation the other day about sometimes I bring up issues I have that people don't understand. And it's not because they don't want to understand or they're not trying. It's just weird. I understand it can be difficult because this happens to me in other aspects of life. We all have this. One of the examples I was giving is a friend of mine who streams who has Tourette's, and a lot of people's knee-jerk reaction to it, they don't understand, so instantly they need to like fix it. So they'll be like, why don't you just like stop? Or what if you do that? It's like, they just don't understand. Instead of being like, oh, this is how your situation is, they can't, it like doesn't register. So it's instantly like, my guess is like really fast, super fast, in a split second. Outernet, thank you for the, again, speaking of support, thank you for the 123 bits. They go like, so really fast, I have my guess is their brain does something like, I never say things when I don't want to. Maybe I, look back on it and regret it or something, but I always know I'm saying something. I don't have any tics. Anytime I do a movement, I'm in control of it. This doesn't register with my entire life. There's no clear analog at the moment. And so I think their knee-jerk reaction, because they don't understand, like on a very deep level, is just like, make it make sense. So to make it make sense, they can be like, try this. And Joey, so that's what I was talking about with like my issues. Because I have, so it's like depression, anxiety, and these things are an OCD. Those are like the three main ones, and they're all, as I learn more about it, they're all super tied in together. With the OCD stuff I was trying to explain, mine is heavily favored on the, not the compulsions, the obsession part of it, which is the thoughts. Although, if you want an example of compulsions, being so obsessed with this little thing on the side of my finger that I filed it away, clipped it away, got callus remover and stuff, and filed it away to the point where I damaged a nerve, and it's been off for now going on 7 months. So that's an example of like just being ridiculous. I also like pick my lips and stuff like that. But so I'm trying to explain to people what it's like to have a thought that just can't go away. Like it just can't go away. It's actually relatively simple, and I think that's why it's hard to describe. Because it's so simple, and people are like, what do you mean? Just like, I don't know, think something, like just don't worry about it. It's like, no, you don't understand. And it's difficult to come up with analogies if the thing like just deeply isn't like registering. And so I think that's what happens a lot, like in Mango's chat. They're watching him, and they're watching, they're not playing the game. They don't have his experience. They've never played Zane. They just don't know what it's like. Even if it was Mango watching himself back, you know that watching yourself play afterwards, you see yourself do stuff and you're like, why did I do that? You see other options. And I know Squids talk to you. You guys have had to have talked about this all the time. That's why you watch your replays back. So they don't know. So they're sitting there. They see one interaction. And they're like, this move could have worked there. Maybe something like that. Or, you did this one time. Why don't you just do this? Yeah, the overweight, just stop eating. You're depressed, just be happy. You're worried about something, just don't think about it. And I think that's what happens in speed running too. So that was the other thing I thought of yesterday. If anyone's familiar even with like things that happen in the speed running world when they become somewhat popular, maybe there's a YouTube video. The comments are guaranteed to be filled with things like, wow, you're cheating. This takes no skill. I don't understand why you guys are ruining this game. Why would you do this if you don't have any fun? There's no way you can have fun doing this. My favorite is like, I always joke around as like, yeah, my cousin and I beat this with just 3 hearts when the game first came out, which isn't even true, but. And so I think that that's sort of what's going on. They just don't understand. Because if you've never seen this and you see people like warping around a game, you go from the first level immediately to the end, it doesn't make sense. Your reaction for a lot of people is going to be like, you just fight back. You don't understand, so you just fight back. You find some way to fight against it. Whatever your perception of something is it's being challenged. And you just fight back. People do it when they're, in an argument with someone and someone brings up information that goes against what they think. They'll just dig in even more, which is the opposite of what you think should happen, but it's what happens. So it's like, yeah, so it's like this, it seems like a mechanism to fight against cognitive dissonance. You give help, or you deny it in some way, you reduce it in some way, something like that. So these all seem to be these cases of the exact same thing. Now, there's another thing that seems to come into play, and that is I get the feeling that the people who are most, again, I don't have like data, but I get the feeling from my own experiences, just seeing this, just observing, that the people who are doing this typically are people who aren't doing much of anything. So like you typically don't get top level players backseating in other people's chats. You typically don't get people who stream and are successful streaming criticizing people in Twitch chat. You typically don't get people who are top level athletes just like, I mean, they may have criticism and things to say, but just like it's not the same type of criticism, and it's not the same situation where there's people who just sit back with no experience and are just like, duh, here's how this thing's supposed to be. Here's what it is. It's like the people who have some experience don't do that. I think some of it actually has to do with perhaps just wanting to get attention to, maybe make yourself feel better. You're not doing something, you see someone who has attention on them. Perhaps there's, 3,000 people watching them. You've never had anyone watch you do anything. You've never like won your local or anything like that. You go 0-2 all the time. Everyone loves Mango. Everyone's like, I gotta say something. Like, you look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Everybody look at me. His typers, the typers emote is so good. And so, yeah, I just thought it was interesting because hey, there we go. There we go. Dude, typers is so good. Now, there's nothing you can really do about it, but, because you can't stop the people from doing it, and even knowing it doesn't make it, like, even Mango, who knows he's better than these people, who knows what they're doing isn't right, like, super successful. I mean, like, come on. You can't really ask for more. Being a professional Melee player, like, you play a 20-year-old GameCube game, and you're like, come on. He's achieved so much, like, and even that person is able to just be like, I hate you guys, shut up. Like, there's this urge where you just like, you just have to just like, you have to let it out. You just have to be like, shut the hell up. You guys suck. And then like, it makes that person say like nasty things. I do it sometimes too, when someone just, man. Yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why he got so upset with all the Armada stuff. It's just like, shut up. I love it. One of my favorite is every once in a while I throw it out here, even though I know no one gets it. But one of my favorite was, but Leffen said, but Leffen said, it's like, oh my god, I wish that was just a universal thing where you could just, but Leffen said. It's like, shut. Someone did it to Ginger when he raided Mango. Said something about high lasers, like there was and someone was like, dude, we've known about high lasers for like such a long time, something like that. And Ginger tagged him. And yeah, 'cause Ginger tagged him back and goes, what do you know? Like, so like, what do you know about high laser? Like, tell me what you know about high lasers. Just something like that. And it's like, and typically the people don't respond. Because it's like, yeah, so for the people who don't know, Ginger is arguably the second best player of this character in the world. And so you got people just like giving advice to the number 1 and number 2 people in the world. And it's just like, you guys, bonsoir, Galwix, what's up? It's obnoxious, to say that. I mean, one word is, there's a lot of things that can describe it, but it's obnoxious. No, you don't have to apologize. I think I was gonna say it anyway, and I forgot. So thank you for reminding me. I mean, we talk about this stuff, and I don't want to not talk about these things, if that makes sense. Like, if you just want pure music or something, like, there's better places. There's better streams on Twitch, and there's just better things than just streams. If you just want music, like, but it reminded me, especially because it reminded me of something we had just been talking about the other day. And it linked to a couple different things. He's placed himself over, a decade and a half in a very good position. I've talked about this on stream before. Mango's someone who can go, I've seen him say stuff like, he can do stuff like this. Someone cheered less than 100 bits one time. And he's like, mods, ban this guy. If anyone ever cheers less than 100 bits, you're getting banned. And he's like, our mod is so pathetic. Adam's so pathetic. I see Adam sitting there thanking people for 1 bit. He's pathetic. Let's ban this guy. And some of the people here hearing this right now are like, who's this? This Mango guy is a real jerk. But like, his ability to do this, or like, then ask people for money in certain ways, he's able to say these things and get people to love him more for saying it and saying it like that. The people who really like him, like, want to be told, like, oh my god, it's so awesome that Mango's just... We want a Mango to do something, and it's like, actually, you know what? 5 subs and I'll do this. Like, Lamau. 5 subs come in. Bielo, hello. Wait, Infamous Bill, are you serious? Or, I'm dead, because I'm serious about this question. Are you serious, or are you saying that because this is important, or are you saying that because of the discussion we're having? Because if that's unironic, then that's perfect. That's perfect! Just play this random chord! Just play a chord! Just play! There you go. Alright, the cost... I played that, the cost is 1 subscription. And since you have Twitch Prime, that means you can do it for free. So, now, the classic is, oh, do I already used it up? You know what? 10 subs. 10 subs. But like, see, this is why the people, only someone who doesn't stream and doesn't stream music thinks it's a good idea for them to come in. And they think it's a good idea for, with no context, to have a streamer just play a chord. They think that's a good idea. A minor, C major, F major. Like, oh, hello to you too. Yeah, that's a great, no, yeah, I'll just play these chords. I'll just do that. No, yeah, no, you know. Yeah, no, let me see what you, oh, what's this? What's this? Oh no, you don't know what you're talking about? Okay, good. You should do this. Oh, based on what? Your knowledge of nothing? It's like... Damn it. Infamous Bill, the discussion we were having is how people in Twitch chat, and also, oh my god, Nostradamus. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so there we go. There we go. Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, Infamous, you came in at a time that's like, what we were talking about is people in Twitch chat giving advice or telling the streamer like what to do. And how the people who typically do that don't know what they're talking about, and the more experience someone has and the more they do know what they're talking about, the less likely they are to say those things. That's why I asked you first, and that's why I made sure to, like, I really meant it. I was like, I'm not kidding. I want to know ahead of time, because it wasn't clear. Like, Nostra dumbass, like, that comment's very clearly, you know, it's just a joke. So, but I mean, it happens a lot where people just be like, play this. Someone did it the other day too, and it really pissed me off. And you know, getting to one of the issues I have is like, it was easier said than done to just like ignore it. A jerk routine? Well, okay, then I'd say if it's a routine, then you might want to. If it's a routine, it may be difficult to change because routines are, well, they can be pretty strong. But yeah, you might want to get it out of your routine to be like, yeah, that's just the jerk thing I do. Yeah, I just do that. I'm consciously aware of it. Like, you may not want to do that. That's just my unsolicited advice. So, oh, but I was gonna say the person was like, play this song, and I was like, no. Then they subscribed and they're like, play it, and I was like, no. And they're like, come on, it's easy. Like, nope. And then when I didn't again, they're like, they're like, yeah, just some guitarist playing. What was it? Nonsense bullshit guitar. Like, I don't even want to be here anyway. Sour grapes, like. Just C# minor. Thanks for the sub. And I was like, okay, yeah, I appreciate the sub, but you didn't buy out the stream, especially not for me, $2.50. Like, I try to, Joey, but like a lot of the times people, other people who I do want around the stream, like, don't understand, and they can get upset, and they can like continue the cycle. I've had people do that, like, dude, all that guy wanted you to do was just play a song. You didn't have to be such an asshole about it. And it's like, now you shut up. Ban this guy too. And it's like, I can't believe you banned those. I've had this happen where it's a string of 3 is probably the most, the longest combo. But like, that's a pretty long combo to ban someone and then have someone get upset that you ban them, so you ban them, and then a third person gets upset that you ban the second person. It's like, guys, this is insane. It's like, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. All that guy wanted. It's like, no, not all that guy wanted. It's like, you don't understand. You don't understand. And I should become the Mango of guitar. I should just do that. What I want matters, exactly. Exactly. I'm tempted to call you dumbass, because like, Nostra on its own is a little weird, but I'm not gonna do that. We'll say Nostra. Or maybe Strad. Or maybe Adu. No, I'm not gonna. So, it happened. I was actually watching a bigger streamer yesterday. I don't know if you guys know who, oh, that would be a good quote out of context. Who Maya is. Maya Higa. She does some music streams every once in a while. And she did something that I thought was great. All these people were telling her to do Nightfall. Is that the song? Nightfall? By Adele? What's that Bond song? Right? Skyfall? Skyfall. Skyfall? Nightfall? Something fall? Nightfall? Night Skyfall. And she was like, what if we just... Skyfall, yeah. She's like, what if we just do this one? It was another song. Like, because it's super... She's like, really, really sort of kind of timid in a certain sense, or at least her singing. It's like all very quiet. She's like, I'm just not feeling it. It's just too much of a song. People are like, no, please, come on, Skyfall, Skyfall. And it's like, I never say anything in like these bigger streams, but like I felt the urge to say something. It was like, yeah, just do what you feel is right, because you're right. You're singing all this stuff like it's really quiet and chill. And it's like, if that's the mood that like you're into and that's what you want to keep going, like do that. Don't listen to the people who are streaming. There's a reason you're one of the biggest streamers ever on the platform and they're not. So like, but trusting your own instincts is, and your own judgment is not always the easiest thing to do. Especially when there's a bunch of people just yelling at you. I can tell you it's not even about like, oh, are they right and I'm wrong? At least for me, it's like, wow, that's a lot of people who, it'd be nice to please people and make people happy. Phil Honeys. Welcome. Do you like C# diminished chords? All right. Sorry. How do I balance nails for picking and them getting in the way for proper piano playing? I don't. I let all of the nails for the guitar comes first, and I just adapt. And I really would like to not do this, but it's not worth it to change my nails. I just play with a really flat wrist, and my hand is like really low. It's really not ideal on so many levels. It also makes it so I can't do a motion like this. It'd be nice to go like, and sort of have my fingers do this sort of thing and like swipe along the key. Cause like that's more natural. Instead I'm like, my fingers are moving like up and down instead of like this. But I just, you're right. Yeah, I just have to, it's just how it is. Yeah. Should I play some music? Oh, you know what you could also do? You know what a fun tool is? Twitch following? Twitchfollowing.com? 1 second. Twitchfollowing.com. So you can do that and put the person's name in and see if they like follow anyone else. It's also nice when someone comes in and is being a little shit, and then you see who they're following and you find out they're just like, they're only following like just chatting, hot tub, ASMR stuff. Like that's all they do. And then a couple like bigger dudes and it's like, all right, guy. That's happened a few times. Like, oh, what's this? You're a simp for Pokimane? Oh, okay. Someone did that to my friend Rich the other day. It was like, dude, I gifted Pokimane 100 subs. Something like that. And Rich is like, dude, why aren't you gifting me 100 subs? Like, you're not an ooh e-girl. It's like, oh my god, dude. God damn it. Just curious. And Hassan, I'm in good company. 100 subs and I'll play in a hot tub. 100 subs. Time out. Phil Honeys is only following one person. They're only following me, so all right, okay. Can a peanut brain? Well, I don't think anyone has a peanut for a brain, but if I understand right, I'd say yes. Play notes on a guitar? Sure. Definitely. Phil Honeys, it's, don't take it personally. This is just because we've been on this platform. Yeah, at this point, I've literally streamed for over 5,000 hours. I've been live for over 5,000 hours. In 3 days, it'll be my 4-year anniversary of streaming consistently. I had streamed before that. There's like maybe an extra year in there, but it was just on and off. Salut Tanguy, Monsieur Andréani. And so, yeah, it's very difficult to tell who to trust. And it's not so simple. It's just like, oh, just trust everybody and give everybody the benefit of the doubt. It's like, you can't. And so there are typical signs. And sort of like red flags that tend to get set off. Almost all the time they're accurate, but every once in a while, it's not. But so much that, like, there are just really, no, you don't need to apologize for it. You didn't do anything wrong. If anything, we should apologize. But that's what I was saying. Like, it's you know, those things can seem off sometimes. Thinking about taking lessons just to be able to read notes. I always, I'm always an advocate for taking lessons. Clifford the Big Red Flag, yeah. Yoon, is that OW? Is that, when I see OW, I just think Overwatch, but I don't know if that's what that is. But here, let me play some music for a second, and then we'll get back to the just chatting. We'll play Guitar Shredder's favorite tune. They do, Justin. You get to see, at least the last time I checked, it was the first 100. Ear licking. Okay, that makes sense. You probably saw Amaranth's stream. She was probably on the top. That would have been funnier if it was, put the name of the song. See, so I gotta be careful with text. Okay, it can be tough sometimes. You type it out and hear it. Yeah, I was gonna say something in the middle of the song. I was like, I apologize for the guitar being out of tune. How can you identify a good teacher? I don't know. I could give you a recommendation. I know a guy who streams on Twitch. So hey, type delete. Also, Justin, I think you said hi. You said something. You said something. Thanks, Phil. So that piece was not lasagna or lagrima, although I kind of want to start calling lagrima lasagna now. But also, I ate lasagna last night. Super important detail. Also, something in my eye. Hold on. Thanks, Bill. Oh, damn it. I don't want to... but it's by the same composer who also wrote Lagrima. I think it's an eyelash. Okay. You know what? I can play Lagrima. Why not? Why not? Yeah, Lagrima with an accent over the A. I gotta run for a second. I still feel this in my eye. There's something in my eye. I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so it wasn't an eyelash. I don't know what it is, but I just put like a little something in my eye and just like moved the contact lens around. It seems to be okay. All right. So there's a couple things you can do. You can play some more of the new Renaissance stuff. Yo, Rich, what's up, dude? I was just we were just talking about you, kind of, or something that happened in your chat when you did the just chatting stuff, and like you had some dude in there who was just like just a doofus. Just a doofus. Also, why is this not scrolling? What if I go zoom out, then zoom in? There we go. Majora's Mask. Nice. That's one of my... Oh, that game was so good. Man, I remember a lot of my friends... I don't know if any of my friends liked that game when it came out. I feel like everyone I knew hated it because there was a timer. I was the only person who was like, bro, you guys serious? Also, I'm still not sure what to do about my stupid fingers, my stupid flat fingers. I'm trying to play flatter to give myself more space to like put my finger down, but man, then I hit the strings below it. Like this would kind of be the ideal place, but if I do this, now I'm like kind of on the top side of the string. I don't know. All right, Watkins Ale, an anonymous English Renaissance tune. Never played it before. We'll see what happens. Moderately slow, it says. All right. Messed up some stuff, but I know how it's supposed to sound. I know how it's supposed to sound, and I don't think I'd be much of a fan anyway. It's okay. Why do that when we have What Harvest Half So Sweet Is by Thomas Campion? Man, I am a sucker for Renaissance cadences. was okay. This is, I'm gonna take it as this not being an intensely philosophical title and more just, this being a consequence of this being Old English. This title is What is a Day? By Philip Rossiter. Or maybe he was high when he wrote this, I don't know. Like, if you actually thought about it, man, what really is a day? It's just how we wrote. Now, it is a lowercase a, then a space, then capital D for day. Honestly, I'm assuming it's like, I don't know, like, how's the day going? Something like that? Although we got another, I don't know, philosophical question. What is beauty but a breath? But this doesn't have a question mark. So this is like a statement by Thomas Greaves. Hola, Cabtras. What's up? All right, let's see what's going on here. Kind of awkward. When you breathe, no, because breathe has an E on the end, so that wouldn't work. Fortunately, we do have that distinction. Dude, this is the third song in a row where the title starts at, no, wait, because before that was What Harvest Half So Sweet Is. What is a day? Now, what is a day is the only one with a question mark. I think it's more like what as like que bueno, like sort of like what beauty. Except that's not beauty. I just saw beauty there. Like, what good, how great. Que linda. Okay, so what is beauty but a breath? And now, the eternal question. Guys, I'm not kidding. What then is love? I'm assuming the next line is something along the lines of hurt me not. Anyone? Romantic or just, it could be both, but anyone? I thought it was funny. I thought it was clever. Um, there's some scandalous music that's been written. We're not the first of humans. Obsession with sexuality and stuff like that is not a new phenomenon. Sometimes it seems like we're the only humans who could actually have personalities. Now I know no one literally thinks that, but it's just like I feel like we tend to take the humanity out of older humans. Or I should say past humans. As if they're just people we see in textbooks, something like that. Like I was looking at some pictures, I was trying to yeah, we wouldn't even be here, man. Think about it. We wouldn't even be here. You're here, right? You exist. See, he was onto something. I was looking at these pictures and it was like, I was looking at some of the old, I just wanted to sort of like see some of these names, some of these composers that were coming up. And it's like, dude, some of these dudes could have been like, oh my God, dude. It's like Thomas Campion, he's so annoying. He's so annoying. He's always trying to make a joke about something. And it's never fun. Oh my God, dude. Oh wait, here he comes. Shut up. What then is love? My good man. It's like, oh, Thomas, shut up. Like, hey, Thomas, how art thou? Haha. Like, they have to have done that. Okay, so What Then Is Love by Thomas Ford. Wait, 2, 3, 3? Yeah, here's another example of this. This is impossible. This doesn't make sense. This can't be. Yeah, I'm just gonna do. I think this is what they meant. Oh, so there.
Thus will I mourn, thus will I sing. Come away, my darling.
Yeah, so I wonder if it's like, what is a day? What is what is a day? What is a year? Of vain delight and pleasure, like a dream at endless days.
And from us like a vapor fly.
It has this autoplay thing going on. Oh, here we go. What is a day? What is a year? Of vain delight and pleasure, like to a dream it endless dies, and from us like a vapor flies. And this is all the fruit we find, which glory in worldly treasures. He that will hope for true delight with virtue must be graced. Sweet folly yield a bitter taste. I'm assuming taste. Although it's the U's and the V's are switched, whichever will appear at last. But if we still in virtue delight, our souls are in heaven placed. So I guess it's yeah, it's asking what kind of life is it to just be God damn it. God damn it, what's the word? What's the word? To just sort of live in excess, just always seeking pleasure. Maybe like what kind of life is a hedonistic life? Something like that. I was thinking gluttony, but I think hedonism is what I was thinking of just because of Futurama. I was thinking of hedonism bot. Hedonism, decadence, yeah, exactly. Also, hello. Arted. I haven't watched Futurama in a while. All right, so what do we got going on here? Wilson's Wild. Wait, didn't we already do this? I swear I already played this, but we'll do it again. We'll do it again. Because I think it's cool. I think. Doesn't sound familiar. Also, is this one? Maybe I just scrolled through this. When Laura Smiles by Philip Rossiter is what this is called. So I'm assuming it's going to be a brighter song. Okay, this is the last song in the book. Yeah, G natural. Okay, I wouldn't expect that there in particular. But little odd. I didn't completely play it right, but again, I see the notes. I know how it's supposed to sound. Speaking of coming up with names to songs, perhaps we should do this now. So for those who are here at the beginning of the stream, I mentioned I was going through stuff. I want to upload this. I have 2 different versions of this. This is something I did the very end of July. It was just an improvisation. This first chunk is 26 minutes long. So I'll tell you some of my thoughts as it goes along, but I also have some questions. And I'm curious to get your feedback on a whole bunch of different things. Things like the title, potential images that would not only just be like potentially good as a thumbnail to give you a sense of the overall video, but also as images to put in the middle of the song, because I'd like to upload the second section, which is even longer, and eventually do them both as like a complete thing and have images or footage of something to cut in, so it's not just like, you know, an hour and a half of just me just sitting at the keyboard, just totally static, because that's boring. Kush, what's up? Nice to see you. And it's not even like about attention span, but there's also, like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show sort of what some of the things I was looking at while listening to this yesterday. So I have 2 names. Actually, I have a few names. The first thing, there's some sort of, well, we'll do this. I'll just play it. And you don't need to see it. It's just me at the keyboard. So it felt like some sort of march, almost like Chopin's Funeral March. And I thought it's like maybe Funeral March and just have it be a sort of nod to him. But I think there's like a better image. I get the sense of someone being marched to their death. So Berlioz, so then I thought exactly, Scotty. I was like, march to the scaffold. And I was like, do I want to use that exact name? What about March of the Gallows or something like that? Yeah, so there's some Zelda influences. So what you're hearing mainly right now is actually the Gerudo area from Ocarina of Time. And later you're gonna hear some A Link to the Past music. You're gonna hear some A Link to the Past references. So Mark is saying just before death. That's what I'm getting the sense of someone like down like this. I mean, it's just like, it's just done. It's just like slow, heavy, dark, morbid. It's just, So again, I mentioned earlier in the stream that I was looking at some photos. So the things I started to look up were like gallows, scaffold, prisoners marching, death march. A lot of these with paintings too. Film about facing death row. I thought about that too. So I was like prisoners, but part of me didn't want an actual prisoner to be there. What started popping up was something which actually started to fit more, which again was like this idea of death marches, and like I started getting like art and photos from like Auschwitz and stuff. There is Spanish stuff going on for sure. It's so right now the mode being used is for the most part Phrygian, and that was quite Spanish. So I made a whole list. I bookmarked like 20 different images. that I'm going to show you guys now. Or not? What? I literally double checked him. What? Intended audience? I'm not even sure. Just I don't know who would like this. Well, that's what I started thinking, Scotty, because this is not the only time I've had this issue. The thing is, I tend to not like get much from this. These videos are just like something that can be kind of discouraging. It's just like I feel like I put a lot of time and thought into a lot of, and like I tend to not get much out of it. Here were some of the gallows images, but the thing is, I wanted something. I tend to like images that have where you can really see people, particularly people up close, so you can see emotions and stuff. Like, I want it to be, like, that's just what the music, like, this is not gonna be happy. None of this is not gonna be happy. So here's another one that's like, but this is like sort of too late in the process. It's gotta be the people being marched. Now I'm gonna keep going. This is kind of too, I feel like this is a little too, like, sort of wacky. Wacky is not a very good word, but you might know what I mean. What the heck? Hey, Captain. Yeah, so Dolly, it's like, honestly, Vol, it's gonna get much worse. It's gonna get much worse. A bit abstract, surrealist is what I thought. So here was the first one. I searched for prisoners, but this is actually a death march. And so you finally get to see a person, just like, This one seemed to fit more in theory than sort of in practice, if that makes sense. It's starting to sound like A Link to the Past. Also, if anyone has a part of maybe like 30 seconds that ever sticks out to them, let me know. Okay, so this started to become something that had the, like, weight. That I was feeling. Actually, oh, the same image. That's okay, Vol. That means, I think that means, I would almost take that as a good sign. This is I think this is a close-up, yeah. you know, if I'm making music or something or some situation that's too sort of emotional or something, I feel like that's you could say a good problem to have or something. This was something for the Armenian genocide. So again, super intense. Oh, I know how I should have done this. It's too late now. Okay. All right. Guernica came up. So there's this too. This is when I started. Again, the craziest. I've never searched for stuff like this. I started searching for things from Auschwitz came up, and I was like, oh, that may be. Here's some A Link to the Past going on. I was like, that sort of may be a good. Because this says their last steps. Sebastian Salgado. This is called Their Last Step. So I mean, this is like exactly what I'm talking about. It's like your final march. And that was one of the names of the songs I thought, the sort of two that I was saying, just the final march. A sandwich. Oh, here's it with color. I'm gonna go through these first. I mean, that's totally understandable. Tanya, trust me. Here's with kids. But I feel like, unfortunately, it didn't quite have the same. There's almost something a little too cartoonish about the style that it didn't quite feel right. This, again, was another one that seemed to stick out. Wait, is this the same one? I kind of like this one too, although it was a little. It's almost like it looks like something from like a newspaper or an old newspaper or something. But like this, like the hunched over body, like hanging his people. Well, yeah, I mean, I was going for, like, yeah. This hunched over people walking is like is the feeling I get. People being escorted. This one doesn't have the actual escorting. It like wasn't quite the same, but like these two, these three. Sebastião Salgado. Is it? Oh. Okay, yeah, Brazilian. The Brazilian are like Portuguese. I think I can show this stuff on Twitch, right? What are the rules around this? I feel like it'd actually kind of be a shame if I couldn't. Yeah, I'm just talking about the graphic nature of it. Hey, Fru, what's up? Solitaire. Salt of the earth. Salt of... But I mean, I feel like this is exactly what the music... I remember this stream too. I don't remember the exact thing, but I remember being not in a good mood. So, does anybody have... Again, I'd be really curious if anyone had any other specific images or artist. Wait, someone said a painter too. There were some painters. Oh, that was Ani's suggestion? I feel like Hieronymus fits, oh, the Goya. I forgot about that. Oh, that's right, she did, okay. I'm trying to... I feel like the Goya and the Hieronymus stuff, it's like... gets into like the surreal, abstract stuff. I was trying to get pretty, pretty real. Now I was thinking paintings. There was something, but I mean, those are definitely getting the, Still in shock. That was the sense I got from, where was it? What the hell was it? Well, partly from this one. Shit, wait, there's another one. Wait, did I not open it? Did it not get saved? There's some sense of hope in this part of the song, but not for long. You know, I have... You know, I had this, perhaps I just have the image saved somewhere. I mean, oh, so what I was gonna use was this, guard marching prisoners. I wonder if... I can't see it. Oh wait, really, Fru? That's what my aunt mentioned as well. Man, I kind of like this. These marching ones are like so. I just feel like the hunched. Hunched walking with guards around is like the image I get. Escort to people being escorted to their end is like what this feels like. Let me see if I can get this on stream. Maybe I can do it like this. So this is one, but this felt, that's Settee. But this started to get, it started to become not abstract, but more, there was also this. This felt more like, I use this for another video, because this felt more just like, this is after the fact. This is, I think this woman's face is, like, the best. You know what I mean? So here's what I wanted to use. This one here. And so again, the two names I thought were like Final March, the Final March, Rock Blues. That's not how this stuff works. So we were talking about this earlier. When you don't understand something and your gut reaction is to be like, you can maybe say solve it. That's not how any of this works. We're getting some Settee, some Water Temple from Ocarina of Time going on. But I felt like I was listening to this and like I felt like there was something something really nice there, so I wanted to like make the most of it. And again, this is This is 22 minutes. There's 3 more minutes of this would be just the first section. This actually, so this just came up. Oh, here was the one I was thinking of. Not thinking of, but, well, yeah. Sconorel, hello. And also, take care. Again, this is still... These are like a little different. I felt like these could be good for having sort of cutting to them in the middle of the piece. But like, this is some of the stuff that comes up that's like, it's not so it's not so easy, and it doesn't look like it probably, takes a long time to do, because, saving a picture on a computer doesn't take a long time. Kept hearing that. What is this? Thirteen. Flat 5. It's maybe the best way to think of it. Was that too much for Twitch? Like I killed the stream. Sometimes I just don't know what to, I literally don't know what to say, so I'll just. Hello, green cheese. gentlemen, welcome. I mean, maybe it would be good at some point to get some sort of tablet or something just for, not just for, but like to keep my music, because what I notice is it's much easier. Like, I have music all over the place. Music from different collections sitting here, stuff from files on my computer, all this stuff. And when you can just be like, it's right here, it's contained in this 1 inch of space, it makes it easier for me to just like, I don't know, focus on certain things and not get overwhelmed, because there will be a lot of stuff I'll just stop playing because I just don't think about it. So this can sometimes remind me just because it's there, so I don't have to use other parts of my brain to think about it, because sometimes that's actually a lot to ask. So, and thanks Brian. Yeah, I mean, I talk about this all the time. I wish I didn't, but it's just, I mean, sometimes I'm streaming, I'll say stuff and we'll do things, and then like everything just stops, and it's like I feel incredibly awkward, and I just never know what to do besides shut up and then just playing music, which then again still makes me feel awkward, but for a different reason. So I just everything digital. I mean, it's nice to have, certainly having it somewhere where I can just look at it contained. The ease of being able to write on it is nice, but maybe if I had something where I could digitally add stuff really quickly, that would be nice too. So I could put in fingerings and stuff like that. So if I can do that really easily, then that would, I don't know. And if it's big enough so I can see 2 pages at once, that would also make it nice. Because if it's too small, it's gonna be an issue. Yeah, I guess the thing is, you know, speaking of like perhaps sometimes not understanding, and it would be no one's fault, but like, I don't know, when you're streaming and your chat just like, the chat just doesn't move or respond to stuff, it's one of the worst streaming feelings. I can say that for sure. And you just have to, like, you almost just kind of have to take my word for it. Because then what do you, I don't know, what do you even say? So you just move on. It's like, okay, I don't know. I have had some formal singing training. Nothing too extensive. I was never really like passionate about it, but for 2 years, my primary instrument in college was classical guitar, and voice was my secondary instrument. But I never really took it too seriously. I wasn't. I don't know. I wasn't the biggest fan of the style and repertoire. I still kind of am not. But I mean, the starting steps, I guess, would be like for anything else where you find a teacher who is going to specialize in the style you're looking to go for. And if it's not an exact style that already exists, something that is close to it. It's typical of the stuff I play away from camera. I mean, geez, most of the stuff I do, I feel like at this point, like a lot of it is on stream. Cause like that's a good amount of music. I mean, sometimes it's at least 3 hours of music, sometimes 4, 5, 6 hours. I don't go like and play music for 5 hours and then go and play more. I mean, sometimes I do, but like it's quite a bit. And but overall, I'd say the answer would still be yes, I guess. Because I do a lot of stuff on stream. That's what I mean. Like if you, I try to bring as much stuff to the stream as possible. And again, a part of me thinks it's, at least at the moment, a bad idea. Like it's not benefiting me, at least in the short term. But I don't really want to do it any other way, because why even do it at all if that's the case? If I'm just planning the stream on like doing whatever I can to, I don't know, be the most popular or something, I don't want to do that. That's why I was trying to say so much stuff about, if you were here last stream, Hannah Hawes rated. That's why I was trying to say so much about her stream, because she's someone who does something totally unique, at least on Twitch, which is to just improvise. Not improvise over a song that there's no requests. It's just like original and improvisation stuff while chatting about things, which is not what most people are looking for. So you have to fight against people, the majority of people wanting you to do something different. Wanting you to do something? Wait, what did I just say? Wanting you to do something different. And it's not easy to do. It's not easy to go, just don't care. So I think anyone can sing. It's tricky because I feel like singing is something quite human. And aspects of singing come across in the way we speak. But, speaking of not understanding things and kind of just listening to what people say, I mean, there are people who, again, are apparently like completely tone deaf. Now, I guess that's also shouldn't be the most surprising thing in the world, because there are very human things, and anything that a human does, there are people who can't do it for one reason or another. So you'd be like, wow, vision is a pretty like basic thing, right? How can you not see? It's like, well, obviously there are tons of people who are blind. Because something is not functioning properly. So it's like, it then actually makes sense for there to be people to be like, oh yeah, so singing is a very natural thing, and being able to, maybe match pitch or hear that, or having some sort of ear should be expected. But it's like, we should maybe, I guess, expect for there to be people where if something has, physiologically like isn't going isn't going right, and it's causing them to be tone deaf. Because I mean, I've seen it. There were some people my first year, they obviously kind of got weeded out, but there were people where the teacher, I remember just the teacher sitting there like, man, what do you even say? Okay, that's not a keyboard. The teacher would be like, sing this note. And the person would be like, ah, 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 ah. The teacher would be like lower, and they're like, ah, 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 ah. It's like, no, okay, let me move. Ah, 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 ah. They just would not sing the notes. Perfect minor thing, yeah, this is. Fine. No, that would be ridiculous. All right. So I guess it makes sense that there would be people who would just something is going wrong. Somewhere, one or more things is going wrong. That seems to be the thing. But for most people to hit the original key of a song without a pitch reference, people are more likely to sing a song from memory at the correct pitch than they are to just sing a pitch. Because there's pitch and sound perception is not as simple as one may think. What you don't know about sound. You don't know how hearing works. Hello, Ned. And you're welcome. That's what happens for me. So like, I don't have perfect pitch, but a lot of times, when I think about a song, whether it has words or not, it can be quite common for it to be at pitch, especially as I was talking about a couple streams ago, especially when the song is really stuck in my head, like really, really stuck in my head. When pain is all around. I don't know if that's. Oh, so it's a little off, but that's the thing. You can't. For me, like, it can't be forced. That's where it kind of sucks. Sometimes I can like recognize when something's there, but I can't force it. And as I've mentioned before, a tool that you can't know if it's accurate or not ceases to be a tool at all. Like, what if you wanted to weigh something and your scale could sometimes weigh things correctly, but also with no pattern or consistency could also give you an inaccurate reading, and there would be no way to tell the difference? It's like, you literally can't use that scale. That's where I feel like that's where my ear is at. Or sometimes that happens. I just played this and it's like the beginning of a song. Like, but that's also different. I don't know if you mean this, Green Cheese. When someone's like, if you were to be like, if you want to sing a D sharp, sometimes people confuse. That's a totally different thing than gauging what what pitch something is or what note something is. It may seem like it's the same thing, and part of you is like, well, it is the same thing, right? But it's not. Sometimes people even confuse that with perfect pitch. They'll be like, oh, this person sings in tune. Their singing is so good. They have perfect pitch. It's like, no. It doesn't mean they're singing in tune. Like, that's not what we're talking about. And again, that's an example of something that's purely biological, you could say. Yeah, so ability to pitch match is a great part, genetically determined. Yeah, so there's some people it seems to just not work. Well, yeah, like anything, people have, so like, potential is a thing, talent is a thing, and these are, I would say, a good use for these words, what they govern. Where are you gonna, what's your baseline at? How quickly are you going to improve? And what is your maximum potential level achievable? Like, that's a thing. Like, that's a thing in life. People have... It sounds like really depressing. I feel like I'm saying there is no God. It's like, people have limited... Everyone has limited potential. Everyone has some range. For anything they do. And what they're going to do is start somewhere. They're going to put in a certain amount of work, and based on the work they put in, you can then multiply it by their talent factor, and you get whatever skill level they're at. Hey, Tunes, what's up? Also, fair. I don't know if I actually said hey. I forget what it was. So, there are going to be some people who will eventually be able to tune a guitar and tune it really fast. But they're probably not going to start out knowing exactly what to do, especially because there's something physical involved. There's something somewhat arbitrary. Like tuning these tuning pegs. If the string, I mean, for one, if someone just winds the string the opposite way, and I go like this, maybe it's like, maybe it's like this. Like, oh, this is flat. If someone wound this string the opposite way, I would do that and this would end up happening. And it would go down. So that's... Because I'm used to... There's a standard way of doing it so that when you... From my perspective here, when I rotate this counterclockwise, the pitch increases. So there's something physical about it, and tuning this guitar is physically different than this one. This one will increase in pitch faster. So it's almost like more sensitive. So there are physical skills involved with some of this stuff too. But it's why you get people who are just like at the top of the top. It's not because they put in more work than everyone else. Maybe they did, but it wouldn't be just because of that. that's pretty typical, Tanya. It seems like, or I mean, it's certainly not like super uncommon. You know, these are some pretty vague words being used, but that'll also happen when you listen to a CD and you hear the songs in the same order. You'll be able to guess it, and there's like something sort of different going on, because when people are doing that, they're not going like, oh, it's up a major third, so I'm going to start singing a major third up. They just go and do it. They just sing right away. And that's what I meant by when I use this as the example. That there's something different about just like hearing this D sharp in relation to these notes versus going, oh, I'm going to think a major third up from B. No, there's something else happening. There's something more automatic. And there's a spectrum for that. So even our boy Dylan had to work to get his ear. His potential was his ceiling for how high his like skill could be in note identification, you could say, is absurdly high. But he had to work and put in certain effort to do that, and it takes practice, where if he doesn't practice it, he'll slow down in his ability to identify things. So it's yeah. Those have been some Spanish Renaissance pavans. I'm gonna do this Fantasia again, and hopefully I can remember the stuff from before. Thank you for the claps. These are some of the new ones, Brian. Then there's some that are kind of newer, but not super new. Like these two. This Pavon and then Allemande. Hello, Gabby. What's up? You know, speaking of people who sing or not, Gabby doesn't sing. You should procrastinate at procrastinating. Just do some work. Just put off not doing work. Now, I'm an ultra procrastinator. I get it. Trust me. Trust me. Yeah, do you like that one, huh? Never thought about it that way, huh? Just kidding. That's not how that works. No. Don't do the work. Just don't not do it. Eh? And you said there's no such thing as... Who told you there's no such thing as a double negative? You just got strings on your classical guitar. Nice. What are you gonna be playing? Here's a new song. This is Dream by Giles Farnaby. Let me try that again. This sounds a little strange. Technically, you're right. I mean, technically there are three, but one of them's a backup and is in a box over there. But marking things in. We're gonna start the bar here. Here's our ballet by John Sturt. That was one of the new ones. Packington's Pound is not one of the new ones, but fits along with these. It's an anonymous, it's a traditional English ballad. Where I'm from, I was born and raised in the Northeast United States. In terms of ethnicity, I'm Armenian. Oh, here it comes. Away with these self-loving lads. May have been a little quicker than I thought. I wonder if it's better like this. This is the one I should. Jesus Christ. Oops. I'm telling myself to do this. Brian, I think actually I saw it somewhere. I didn't actually. I was like kind of doing a bunch of stuff, so I didn't really take much time to look at the words. But I remember you saying it was. I think you were saying it was like funny or something, or at least bizarre, maybe. We can try this Melancholy Galliard again. It'd be nice to get down. It's This keeps being a pain, but it shouldn't be. That is what I'm going to try to do in the middle of this song. Melancholy Galliard by John Dowland. What's up, Lord of Chaos? Did you change the color of your name? Again, there's a whole bunch of new Dallin stuff, but there's all these. But these are all songs. Like actuals. This is all. Oops, not that. Not Jig. Okay, these are all songs. These are going to take a ton of time. Like a ton of time. You changed it last night? Yeah. You go back. And you don't have to. I was just like, just curious. It's like, did you get? It's the streaming, the Twitch chat equivalent of. Did you get a haircut? Let's do these. Aria, the Arian variations. This is end of the Renaissance, going into the Baroque, and it has characteristics of both. That definitely happens a good amount, Brian. There are some of the Fantasias by Dallin, like some of them were pretty long. And they don't repeat at all. Did I print it out? No, I probably didn't even try to look. Like, I don't know, 6 or something minutes long. Yeah, I mean the it's tough because so what you see here, what I play, like what I actually play, is just a slice of Renaissance music, because nothing I do is in the realm of sacred music, where you'll get masses and things like that, which are quite long. So we're getting these instrumental pieces, and then again in these collections, from like sight reading or something too, they're gonna tend to be shorter. And when you want to go for some more intense stuff, you'll kind of just have to find that thing on its own. That tends to be how a lot of the collections, any of these collections go. It doesn't matter what the time period is, where, I mean, if you think about it in terms of a collection, it starts to lose its value, percentage-wise, like per pound, almost quite literally. If you have a collection, maybe it's 50 pages, but 25 pages is one song because it's a huge, massive work, and the other is 25 pages, another thing. It's like, wow, that's not a very good collection. That's just 2 pieces. So a lot of these seem to be, like, you'd get that impression about classical and like some like classical and like romantic guitar stuff from this, when Big Coffee Stout was just, doing some stuff by Rigondi, and that piece is quite long. So it just depends. They're also easier for me to. Part of this is you're just seeing a consequence of the medium through which the music's being played. So I'm streaming, and I've mentioned this before, that I already feel like I don't have enough variety with what I play. This, although it's a totally ridiculous amount of music, if you were to compare it to someone who's like trying to come up with like a repertoire for a concert program. Like, it is just hours and hours and hours of music. So there's going to be some cost somewhere. Either I do some stuff a lot of stuff that's simpler, and it's going to tend to be shorter too, but I get to do more variety because of it of things on stream. Or I spend more time on more difficult pieces, but then there's fewer variations in sort of what I play and what you guys hear. Or I spend an extra amount of time outside the stream so that I can play an insane amount, like hours and hours of really advanced repertoire, something like that. And either way, there's some sort of cost. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the Renaissance stuff it can be nice because I really like the pieces. They're very they are pretty short and repetitive and stuff, but I feel like they're, I don't know what it is. I think they're quite charming, maybe you could say. So it's really, figuring this stuff out is not simple. I'm like, what do I want to do? Because that is somewhat of a compromise. Perhaps if it was really, if I really just didn't care about anyone who watched the stream, I would just practice. I'd spend way more time practicing and stuff like that and performing less and stuff, but that wouldn't be good. I mean, I'm willing to make some compromise to, at least if I'm going to be playing obscure music, then I'll make the compromise, go like, okay, at least play music most of the time. So hopefully that makes sense. I may have to head out. It's Sunday. Yeah, I feel like my energy's like totally drained. Thanks for the hearts, everybody. Auntie said a thank you for the 1,000 bits. That was another thing that was, I wish it wasn't this way, but I went 2 hours with like not a single sub or bit or anything. It's like 3 hours of streaming with 3 new followers and stuff like that. It's just rough. You know, when I think about, I was just saying like spending more time to make this, more time on videos, more time and stuff, and it's like, it's not the most encouraging thing in the world. It's not easy to convince myself that it's worth doing. I'm gonna find someone to raid. Maybe we can raid Meadow Fox. She's playing harp. Thanks, guys, for being here. If you're not already following, actually, I can't do it. I'm not gonna do it. I don't have the energy. Copy those raid calls. She's playing harp right now. Looks like she does have a song list going. And yeah. Yeah, we'll go over there. I see you tomorrow. We'll be starting a little later. At 6 p.m. Eastern. So I hope to see you there. In the meantime, let's say hey to Meadow Fox. Take care, everybody.